5 of Bollywood's best anti-heroines that are not Kangana. If there's anything I took back from Judgmental Hai Kya, it's the extent of Kangana Ranaut's self-assertive on-screen characters. Whether it's her psychotic obsession with Keshav, played by Rajkumar Rao in Judgmental Hai Kya, or her impulsive gambling habits in Simran, there's no doubt about the fact that she seems to carefully pick and choose her scripts. Scripts that not only ensure a powerful female character but also stray away from the age-old vanilla characterization of women. In some ways, Kangana has managed to own the anti-heroine archetype in Bollywood. And to do that in an industry that has traditionally reduced women to convenient plot points and simplified stereotypes, I believe could not have been a cakewalk. Some might argue that it's unfair of me to pretend that nuanced, unconventional female characters have never been a part of mainstream cinema. After all, we've seen Priyanka Chopra really bring out her devil horns in Aitraz, and Kajol emerge as the unexpected murderer in Gupt. However, Priyanka's character in Aitraz is not so much an anti-heroine as she is the femme fatale that stands out like a red flag. And Kajol, on the other hand, is one of the many female villains that are explicitly bad, both easily digestible and accepted tropes in popular media. However, in the recent past, Bollywood seems to have taken the leap by giving us female characters that are very different from these two tropes. The women in this third category, the anti-heroines, are flawed as hell, and there's no sob story to justify that. They are far from society's problematic assumption of what an ideal woman should be, but they're also not bad. They're not virtuous, they're unlikable and brash, and they occupy space in ways female characters normally don't. So while Kangana may seem like she has somewhat perfected the anti-heroine with both her on-screen and off-screen presence, there are others too who've contributed to the wave. Taapsee Pannu in Badla. Playing the unreliable narrator, Taapsee Pannu in Sujoy Ghosh's Badla is fiercely unapologetic about the crimes that she's committed. After accidentally killing a stranger, she doesn't, even for a moment, flinch before lying to cover up her mistake. She displays qualities that have traditionally only been reserved for men. Think selfishness, manipulation, and on-the-spot decision-making. A refreshing deviation from the self-sacrificing women characters fed to us in the past. Number 2. Radhika and Sanya in Pataka. In Pataka, we see two bickering sisters played by Radhika Madan and Sanya Malhotra at their worst. They are unbelievably violent, untamable, and out to get each other no matter what. Traits that are sometimes acceptable in younger siblings, but in full-grown adult women, not so much. While the Pataka sisters are not exactly sibling goals, their characters are still a brilliant exploration of female rage. I say female rage specifically because the concept of rage has, for the most part of it, been reserved for men or women who have been severely wronged and seek revenge. Taboo in Andhadhun. Tabu's character in Andhadhun shares many qualities with Taapsee Pannu in Badla. But the former doesn't have the cushion that often comes with an unreliable narrator. In an attempt to frantically cover up her husband's death/murder, she ends up destroying many other lives. She's untrustworthy and unpredictable, but never in doubt of her end goal. Tabu's character is as flawed as an anti-heroine can get. Does that make her endearing? No, because it doesn't have to. However, it does make her real. Number 4. Taapsee Pannu in Manmarziya. There's no sugarcoating the fact that Tapsi Pannu's Rumi in Manmarzia is not just flawed but also toxic. She can't seem to make up her mind, and her indecisiveness directly affects everyone else in her life. But here's the thing. Throughout the film, Rumi is well aware of her adulterous and stubborn way of life. And yet, she doesn't budge. Even her guilty conscience isn't enough to lead her to the supposedly right path. In Rumi, we get the opportunity to see a woman stumble through life without having to worry about log kya kahenge. Number 5. Alia Bhatt in Gully Boy. Personally, Alia Bhatt's character Safina in Gully Boy is the anti-heroine Bollywood needs. Unfortunately, we only got a glimpse of Safina's feisty and impulsive persona, as most of the spotlight was taken away by Ranveer Singh. But in those few moments, our anti-heroine proves herself to be an insecure and possessive lover, and a generally ambitious, will-stop-at-nothing force of nature. From smashing a bottle on Kalki's head to actively rebelling against societal norms, Safina is a reminder of how even a problematic woman is more than a simplified sob story.